along with John Crotty. And John, it wasn't a pretty game for the Heat. It wasn't an artistic success. I think it was a big success because you're overcoming the emotional hangover from the Bam game, and you're also playing without Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, and Andrew Wiggins. You can argue three starting players, three of the Heat's best players. And the Heat didn't shoot well tonight, just 41%, yet they had the will and found a way to win.
Yeah, they found a way. I thought a huge indicator was the rebounding. Miami dominated the glass. They did a great job. They shot a low percentage, but they took more shots because of their opportunities to get offensive rebounds. 15 offensive rebounds, huge number. Out-rebound the Bucks by 17. That's always a great indicator of the activity of how hard they're playing. They got some good defensive stops, and then they got out in transition too. They were able to score. That took some of the pressure off the shot making with their ability to score in transition.
Yeah, Heat out-rebounded the Bucks 53-36. Miami's the #2 rebounding team in the league. The Bucks are one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. So the Heat took advantage. They're now 11-0, John, when they out-rebound a team by double digits. I'm going to show you your game summary if you missed any of the game. Hopefully this will fill in some of the gaps. Your post-game game summary. Giannis, he gave the Heat a lot to handle. He had 31 points tonight and 6 rebounds. But that late three he took did not work out for the Bucks. They were down 3. He was dominant going to the basket. He did not have a 3 in the game on 0 for 2. That hurt their chances. For Pelle Larsson, he enhanced Miami's opportunity to win. A career-high 28 points for Larsson on 9 of 14 shooting, made all 8 of his free throws, also had 6 rebounds and 6 assists. Now, I got to tell you something about Larsson. As a starter this year for Miami, the Heat are 11 games over 500. When he starts, they're 27-16. Take a look at the standings because, in a way, they stayed the same. The Magic won in overtime tonight at home over Washington. They stayed 0.2 of a percentage point ahead of Miami. The Heat and Magic are both a game ahead of Toronto, 2.5 in front of Philly and Atlanta, and that sets up a huge game for the Heat on Saturday night against a Magic team that is, I hate to say it, a perfect 4-0 against the Heat this year. But it sets up well. Both teams on winning streaks. The Magic will come here with 6 straight wins. The Heat will put their 7-game streak on the line. And you know what? If you're getting ready for the playoffs, that's going to feel like a playoff game.
Yeah, it'll be a fun big game night type vibe here on a Saturday. So excited to see that and want to get a little vengeance against those Orlando Magic.
No question. Kaz Yakachonis joined Pelle Larsson tonight. He had 18 points, and he's alongside Jeremy Taché downstairs.
Thanks, guys. Kasper Siakachonis, 18 points, 7 rebounds. But I want to start with the group here because after Bam's 83 points on Tuesday, we knew the emotion that went into that, we knew the energy that went into that, and we knew tonight might have to be a bit of a collective effort. What was the mindset for this group and the conversations like going into tonight's game that allowed you to ultimately pull this one out?
Yeah, so most definitely it was all the emotions, like you said. You know, we knew that it will be a tough game today because we gave a lot 2 nights ago for Bam, and it was incredible. Like, you know, it was like what, second in the history. So this almost never happened. So yeah, it was very tough, I think, to just come back a little bit to reality. But I think we did a pretty good job holding them under 110, and the defensive effort would, I think, what made us win.
Well, we know Spo's always emphasizing the defense. When we talked to him before the game, when he said, why have things been great over the last month? Why is this team winning 6 in a row going into tonight? He says it's because of the defense. So how have you seen the collective defense improve over the course of the last month and a half?
Yeah, a lot. I think, that's what we do in order to win. Like, I think there's no other way to win. In today's basketball, you have to guard, you have to defend all together, collective, and then finish up with the defensive rebound. So, and then we can run from then. So, defense is really important. Yeah.
For you personally, it was 18 points on the offensive end, 15 of those coming on 5 threes. You continue to shoot the ball at a pretty elite level, right at the top in terms of 3-point shooting percentage for rookies. What was it tonight, and what has it been throughout the year that has allowed you to be so effective from deep?
I don't know. I'm just working on it. Like, there's no any secret or something. Just put up, do work, and whenever you have the opportunity, try to make the best out of it.
Well, we brought it to you. It's 7 straight wins. It's the longest win streak of the season. And you get there on a night where that emotion happened, where this team is undermanned. No Tyler, no Norm, no Wiggs, no Jovic. How are you guys able to come together, and what does it show you about this team that despite all those guys that are out, you're able to make it 7 wins?
Yeah, I think it's the mentality. And like you said, locking in the defensive end, that's the most important. And being all together, playing the collective basketball, sharing the ball, and that's what leads us to wins.
Well, Kaz, 18 points for you, 7 rebounds, and a victory. I know that's the most important thing there. They get the Orlando Magic next. Kasper Siakachonis, thank you very much. Guys, back to you.
That's good stuff, Tache. He didn't get the secret from Yakachonis, but he did get the goodbye handshake, which is always a nice thing. 2 straight games for the Heat where they never trailed the whole game, and now season best 9 games above 500. John and I are already looking forward to the Saturday night matchup with the Orlando Magic. But Heat Nation, you got something better to look forward to right now. It's Jason Jackson with the first head coach in Heat history, the ageless Ron Rothstein.
Look at you, Reed, with all that love right there. And we all found out. We can tell Cass anything. He ain't telling nobody.
He's not telling secrets.
No, that's my kind of guy right there. Gentlemen, we'll see you on Saturday night. It's going to be fun in here with Orlando and Miami. But first, let's get to this situation here. A season-high 7-game win streak, and it wasn't easy. No. You had to take this thing down to the end to knot this thing up, and I know that's where you're going to rewind us.
Yeah, Milwaukee's an interesting case study. They don't have a good record, but they're hard to beat. And they got some weapons, and they just haven't been healthy enough all year long collectively to be together. I think that's the main thing that's held them back. And this was a great test for us. So we're going to go down the stretch right now. Mm-hmm. It's a 4-point game, a little under the 2-minute mark. Clutch game. Here we go. Milwaukee with the ball. Good left to play.
Career high 28 points for Pelle Larsson, hitting down 2 of 3 from downtown, and another one of those nights for Davion. 5 assists, 0 turnovers, the top assist to turnover ratio cat in the association. Ron's Arithmetic brought to you by Papa John's. Your Heat won tonight, so tomorrow get 50% off your entire online order at papajohns.com with the promo code HEATWIN. It's a winning combination when I see that 80 figure there on the left of the bottom left of your screen.
Oh, yeah. You know I'm going there.
Brother, I believe you.
Thank you. We continue to win almost every single time we get 80-plus paint touches. It just sets the stage for so much, and we feed off that aggression at both ends of the court. The other thing that happened tonight, look, this is a huge three-point shooting team. They average 14, almost 15 makes a game on 38 attempts. Tonight they were 9 for 26. This team scores 40% of their points come from 3. Tonight it was like 25. To overcome that, they'd have to do a whole lot of other things. And one of the things they didn't do, they didn't rebound. They're not a good rebounding team. And I think since the addition of Kalel playing more minutes, our rebounding numbers have skyrocketed to, it was mentioned before that we're second in the league overall. Tonight, in second chance points, this tells the story of the game without anything else. 18-4, we outscore them.
Ball game.
We crush them on the glass. And because of that, we had 10 more field goal attempts. And we shot a decent 13 for 41 from 3, which is not great. But we got to the foul line, 22 out of 27. When you get to the foul line that many times, folks, you stop the game and you get a chance to set your defense. And that was big for us because a big part of the second half, Spo was in the zone. We were in 2. You can't get into the zone if you don't score. You got to score or you got to stop the game to get into the zone. So all this stuff is interconnected. It's all part of what they call team basketball. It's all part of playing the game with balance. You got to be good at both ends. If you're not good at both ends, it's hard to win in this league.
It's added up over the last 7 to the longest win streak of the season at 7. Let's take a break, come back, and keep it rolling. Ron Rothstein, Jason Jackson here with you. And one of the things that has to happen in a period where you don't have some of your all-star caliber firepower, you got to turn to others. And Kasparis is one of us, and so he gets the call, the rookie, and he showed up tonight big time.
Before I go to him, a little shout out to Drew Smith also, who fell out on the rotation a little bit, was struggling with his shot. He has had key moments for us in this win streak.
Always.
He just does a lot of all the little things that, so many of them don't show up in the box score. But let's talk about the rookie. So I'm going to be perfectly honest with you and tell you that the first time I saw him play, I thought we made a huge mistake. Show you how smart I am. But anyhow, and some of the people in the know said to me, "No, you're wrong. Just you watch, okay?"
We all saw it with you in Vegas, but we saw it early on.
It was a struggle. This was a struggle.
Early in camp.
So anyhow, but I heard from, practice he was playing well and that kind of thing. And the young guy downstairs who told me, who I know well, said, "You watch." But anyhow.
That's a smart young man.
So coming into tonight's game, he's averaging 17.4 minutes a night, okay? Shooting .435 from three. That's 43.5% from three. Shooting 87.8% from the free throw line. Averaging 2.7 rebounds and 2.5 assists in 17 minutes. So tonight he goes for 35 minutes. He shoots 6 for 12, 5 for 11 from the foul line, and he gets 7 rebounds with 2 assists and only 2 turnovers. And I'll tell you the other thing is not only him, there's a couple of we know Pella's got some toughness, and Jaime and Drew and that whole group. And when Myron comes in, boy, when Myron comes in, it's like a tornado. You never know what's going to happen. And he's a tough. But this kid is this rookie who's not yet 20 years old is playing with such poise, such determination, and with such a clear vision of this game. I think it's really unusual. And I think he's got a really bright future.
His 18 points, his third highest scoring game of his rookie year. You talked about those 7 rebounds. That was a career high. He is certain on the floor. You can see it. That 3-ball has become a weapon from him. Spo has talked about that. Sir, we appreciate you talking about that young man. Speaking of Spo, we got to go see him now.
Okay, let's go.
Here we Saturday night. It's fun in here.
Okay.
It's the Baptist Health post-game press conference with Eric Spoelstra.